What's up, everybody? My name is Jonathan, and I'm going to talk about God today. All right. So if you're ready, get comfortable, relax, be ready to receive, and I'm gonna get right into it. So today's topic is prosper with God. That's right. We're gonna prosper with God. All right. So what does prosper mean? You're asking. To become strong and to be flourishing, right? And so some synonyms to prosper are to arrive, to flourish, to succeed, right? Right? All good positive things. And so to prosper is a state of being. Like you're in a state of flourishment. You're in a state of prosper. You're in a state of succeeding. You're in a state of success. You're in a state of just flourishing. Yeah. To keep it simple. All right, so we're in the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 6. And I'm reading from the Common English Bible. It just helps me understand and it keeps the words nice and simple so I can receive. And so it goes like this. Again, Proverbs chapter 3, verse 6. And it says, "Know him in all your paths, and he will keep your ways straight." And so let's get right into it, right? We want to know him in your work life, in your home life, in our family life, in our church life, right? We want to know God in all areas and in all aspects of our life, not just one and not just the other, right? And so just know God. And even in our relationship life. Yep, that's right. We're going to bring God into the relationships that we are in. And so we can't just know him when we're at church and when we leave, we don't know God no more. Our personality does a complete 180 and then we act like a whole different person. You know what I'm saying? Like we're unrecognizable. When we leave the church sometimes we're unrecognizable. We can act in ways that doesn't serve God, right? And so, okay, so, and then another thing is we're not going out and cursing somebody after we just was loving somebody, right? We want to be consistent because God is consistent, right? And we're trying to reflect him. So we got to stay consistent. And so what do I mean by know God, right? What do I mean by know God? And what does the verse mean by know him in all your ways? Know him in all your paths and he will keep your ways straight. So conducting ourselves in a way that serves and pleases God, right? So what does that look like? So it's easy to respect your mom, right? It's easy to be kind to your grandma, right? What else is it easy to do? Love your son, right? Okay, some of the parents out there are like, my son ain't really too easy to love, but we're gonna move past that, all right? For now. Something to work on. So it's easy to, again, love our mom, be kind to our grandma, and love our son, right? But what about that coworker, right? What about that coworker? Or that one guy who looked at you funny, right? Like, there are situations where we're going to be tested and situations that aren't going to be easy for us to keep that standard of reflecting God's image, reflecting the face of Jesus, It's going to be hard. It's a hard world out here, guys. You know what I'm saying? So moving on, we got how do we treat them, right? That's a good question. How do we treat these people? What about the homeless man or the homeless woman on the corner? How do we treat them? Do we treat them like we treat our mom? Do we treat them like we treat our son? Are we kind to them like we are to our grandmothers? Just something to think about. And how do you act when you're around these types of people? How do you conduct yourself? And so, do you give off an attitude in conversation? Do you have strong dislike towards them? Who are you around these people that are unfamiliar to you? Strangers. But guess what? They're also children of God too, right? We'll say, oh, I'm made in the image of God. Oh, I'm a child of God, this and that. But then when we run across someone that's hard to work with or hard to be around, all of a sudden we're not looking at them as a made in God's image or they're a child of God too. Like they're something different. Like, no, they're a child of God just like you and they're made in God's image just like you. You know what I'm saying? So we have to keep that in mind, right? And so no matter the situation, right? And this is the big key here. No matter the situation, Jesus showed us respect, kindness, love, mercy. He was compassionate. He was graceful, right? You know, if you're Bible readers or if you've heard stories about what Jesus was really like, you know this. You know what I'm saying? He's consistent and he's a good creator. He's a good father. And so we should be reflecting him in the way we live our lives, right? And so the next verse. So that everything I was just saying was kind of focusing on that first half of the verse. Know him in all your past. But now we're going to focus on the next half of the verse, which is, and he will keep your ways straight. So keeping our paths straight. You know, what does this mean? This is the truth of God leading us in a specific direction, a specific purpose. He has a specific plan for us. He's going to keep that plan going steady. He's going to keep us on that path. He's going to keep us in line with what he has in store for us, right? Because he has a purpose for us. And it's going to be a purpose-filled guidance. That's what he's going to provide for us, a purpose-filled guidance. And so, why is this important? It's important because we could get lost at times. And I was even there myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all get lost sometimes. We all veer off a little bit because why? Because we're imperfect. We're all humans. You know, it's okay. What's important is we realize that we're off track. We're off of God's purpose. We're off of God's plan that he has for us. And we need to get back on track. We need to get back on that path. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes we naturally feel lost too. We could be on the path, right? We could feel like we're doing good. We could feel like we're making a difference, but then all of a sudden, like, you get this weird feeling, right? Sometimes you're with a group of people around you and you still feel lost. So it's important that we don't stay in that place. We don't stay in that lost place. We don't stay maybe in isolation. Like, you don't even feel anything when you're in a group of people, right? Say you feel lost, right? When you're with a group of people. So like, you know what? I'm gonna just get rid of the group of people. Because guess what? I feel lost anyways. But no, don't do that, please. Because I suffered in the past from isolation as well. And trust me, it makes everything a whole lot worse. And people out there that can relate to me, you know, it makes the whole situation worse. Isolation does not help. It does not solve your problems. It's not like, oh, I'm locked in. Oh, I'm focused on myself. I don't need nobody else. Nah, it's not worth it. Trust me. All right. So the lesson is to notice and react, right? Refocus on God. Seek the Lord and he's going to reveal himself to you. When you take steps towards God, he's going to take the steps back towards you. You know what I'm saying? This is a relationship. What people don't realize is it's a relationship with God. God's not some tyrant, some dictator that's over you like, blah, 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 blah. He's not like that. He's not do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that. You know what I'm saying? It's a relationship. Hey, God, I'm going through this. Like, what can I do? Hey, God, this person looked at me funny. How do I not curse them out? Right? Like, how we got to bring him in so he can give us his wisdom because he has incredible wisdom. He knows so much. It says in the Bible, he's the all-knowing. You know what I'm saying? He knows our lives in and out through the whole thing. He knows us by name. He knows how many hairs are on our head. He knows so much about us. But some people, including myself, never really realized that. Like, I realized it now that I'm in a community of faith, and I'm in my Bible, but it's important that we keep that in mind. He knows us. He knows who we are. He knows our heart, and he knows the plan he has for us. And so our Creator, whether we realize it or not, has put us on this earth at this time for a purpose, on purpose, for a purpose, right? And so why is this important? We all make a piece of the puzzle. We all make up a piece of the puzzle. I'm a piece of the puzzle. You're a piece of the puzzle, right? And what am I talking about puzzle pieces for? Because God sees the puzzle, right? He sees it created. before it's even created, before we're in our correct places. He already sees it. And so we have to seek him out so he can show us where we're meant to be. He can show us where we fit in his puzzle. We can show, oh, we're not made by that other person, so we're not made like that other person, so we're not meant to fill their place in the puzzle. You get what I'm saying? We have our specific spot. He knows exactly where we're gonna go. And if you don't like puzzles, you like art, you like paintings, okay, well, God has a painting in his mind, right? He has a whole entire painting. And guess what? We could be the color red, and they could be the color blue, and that guy over there could be the color green. And guess what? You need a whole bunch of colors in a painting, right? If you only keep certain colors, the painting might not come out. Like, say if you're trying to paint a landscape, right? And you only use red, you're not going to get the landscape. You're not going to get the full picture. You need green, you need blue, you need white. You know what I'm saying? To get the landscape, the grass, green, the sky blue, the white clouds, you know what I'm saying? Just to give you all a little idea. Okay, anyways. All right, why is this still important? Like, super, super important. It's because if only one of us is missing, I'm gonna say that again. If only one of us is missing, then the puzzle or the painting is incomplete. If only one of us is missing, then the puzzle or the painting is incomplete. All right? And so we may not feel like we matter like the other person matters, but trust me and trust God. Not even trust me. Forget me for a second, right? Just trust God. Trust God that he's working. And if you're breathing right now, he's not done with you yet, all right? Your life's not over. His plan for you is not done. If you're still breathing and you're in a tough time right now, listen to me. God is with you and he's going to get you through it, all right? He got you. His love doesn't change. Unconditional, no matter the circumstance. He's always going to love you the same now. In the future, he's going to love you the same. Your past self, he loved you the same way he loves you right now. Unconditional, no matter what you do or no matter what you think you've done. You go to him, you ask for forgiveness, and he's going to forgive you. Faith in Jesus is so important. Faith in God is so important. It's really the key to salvation. And so we can get so wrapped up in the little things sometimes, and the devil will make the little things turn into big things. And he'll get us so wrapped up and so absorbed, and we try to cast out God, but it's not God that did that to you. You know what I'm saying? And it could be so little too that, like I just said, the devil just blows it up. He blows it up to something it really isn't. And if you go to God with whatever you're dealing with, he's going to get you right through it. And he's going to find a way out of it for you if it's something you really need to get out of. He's going to deliver you, but it's going to be for his glory. You need to stop thinking about me, and you got to start thinking about God, God, God. You got to stop making it about yourself and start making it more about God, right? And so everything he gives us is by grace. He gives us what we don't deserve. We are sinners. We're sinners, and he still loves us. He still gives us so much, and we can't take it for granted. All right, so he's trying to use us in big ways, really, really big ways. And so sometimes he can't use us because we're limiting ourselves, right? Why are we going to so sometimes it's natural to put a limit on ourselves, right? But since we got God in our lives, there is no limit. He's everlasting. He's all powerful. He's the King of all kings, the one true living God. He is limitless. So we can't be putting a limit on God. When we got God on our side, anything is possible. And so don't put a limit on God. He's everlasting, never ending, all knowing, almighty. And don't forget, he's perfect, right? He's perfect too. And so, I hope you guys learned something today, and that's what I got. And so some reflection questions that you could, reflect on or work on today are, number 1, do you feel like you are prospering in life? Do you feel like you are prospering in life? Reflection question number 2, how can you reach out to God today? Reflection question number 3, what verse Okay, so what stood out to you in this verse? And how can you meditate on this verse? How can you apply, reflection question number 4. How can you apply or relate to this verse? And how can you use it in your own life? You don't have to go into the comments. These are just reflection questions for you. And thank you all for tuning in. I love you and I appreciate all of y'all. Just trying to help y'all out and help myself out, just be more like God and reflect God's image, reflect Jesus's face. I love you all and God bless you.